Hi, I'm Alex Newman. I'm a reporter with the New American Magazine, and today I want to talk to you about Obama's mass murder program. He's using these drones to basically execute whoever he feels like it all over the world. So, I call this mass murder very deliberately. I realize that's kind of an intense term, if you will, but I don't know what other term you can use to describe a situation in which you have one person pretending to be judge, jury, and executioner and killing people, extrajudicially assassinating people without charging them with a crime, without presenting evidence against them, without prosecuting them in a court of law, without waiting for a guilty plea or a conviction, and without having any sort of declared war by the U.S. Congress. So, in essence, I consider all of these people who are being assassinated murder victims. Some of them may not be nice people, but all of them are entitled to have an opportunity for due process of law before being blown to smithereens by Obama and his minions. Now, the drone program has been known for some time, and it actually began under President George W. Bush. But compared to Bush, Obama is way out there. He has killed hundreds, thousands more people than Bush did. Either way, it was a problem, and I need people to process this. Even dictators, even Hitler and Stalin, didn't claim the authority to just unilaterally murder people openly without any semblance of due process, without any court process or legal procedure. And yet, based on these documents that were recently released from the Obama administration, under court order, mind you, in the face of a lawsuit, we know that Obama has this thing he calls a playbook that outlines when and where and how he thinks he can just murder anybody he feels like it. And basically, the criteria are that civilian casualties should not occur, and that the assassination needs to further U.S. policy objectives, whatever that means. If they wake up tomorrow and decide they have a new policy objective, well, then we'll murder a different set of people, right? And I also want people to understand how bizarre all of this is. I mean, we know for a fact from emails, from official documents, from news reports, from confessions, from top military officials, from top Obama administration officials, that the Obama administration has been knowingly supporting Al-Qaeda and other Islamic terrorist groups in places like Libya and places like Syria. Now, what makes us trust this president with the power to murder people, whether he claims they're Al-Qaeda or anybody else? And I want people to realize, too, in the years that Obama has been president, federal agencies and federal departments, Homeland Security, the Justice Department, various branches of the military, have been disgorging a steady stream of propaganda, demonizing literally tens or hundreds of millions of regular Americans as potential terrorists. To give you some examples, we all heard of returning military veterans, right? Our military veterans coming back from Iraq and Afghanistan and Obama and Bush's wars, they're potential terrorists now, according to Obama. They might be radicalized and become right-wing extremists, so says the Obama administration. We caught them training U.S. troops, American personnel, American military personnel. We have the slideshow, it's published in the New American, where they taught troops that evangelical Christians and Catholics and Orthodox Jews are religious extremists like Al-Qaeda and like Hamas. These are terrorist groups. So, we have an administration that is out of control. Last time I looked, I think there were 72 different categories of basically mainstream Americans who are being painted by the Obama administration with this brush of terrorism. Pro-life activists, people who are opposed to illegal immigration, people who support the 10th Amendment and state authority rather than usurped illegitimate federal powers that the federal government should not have. And, this is a serious thing. We have a president who's demonizing regular Americans as terrorists while simultaneously helping actual terrorists in the Middle East, while simultaneously claiming the power to murder people who he says are terrorists. We also had the head of the CIA and the NSA, Hayden. He came out and openly said that they're choosing their assassination victims based on metadata.
David's description of what you can do with metadata, and quoting a mutual friend, Stuart Baker, is absolutely correct. Okay? We kill people based on metadata.
Now, we know that we have dozens of Americans on Obama's assassination list. They've already murdered a number of American citizens, including one in Yemen, and then his 16-year-old son went to go look for him. Obama murdered him, too. This was an American-born U.S. citizen whose dad was accused of abusing his free speech rights in support of, Al-Qaeda and jihadist terrorism, like Obama has been doing in Libya. And this 16-year-old kid got a missile on him from the Obama administration, just some kind of secret kill list that Obama developed. Now, this is totally unacceptable, and it's a big shame that the ACLU is one of the few organizations actually involved in even trying to shed light on this. Americans, we need to wake up. It is not okay to have a president who can assassinate anybody he feels like.
The Jonas brothers are here. They're out there somewhere. Sasha and Malia are huge fans, but boys don't get any ideas. I have 2 words for you: predator drones. You will never see it coming. You think I'm joking?
This is a mass murder program. It needs to stop, and the people responsible need to be prosecuted, because otherwise this is going to set a precedent for all kinds of bad things to happen. I mean, you already have the Chinese saying, hey, look, you know, America's waging a global war on terror and killing whoever they feel like it and doing whatever they want. Why can't we do that? We're going to have a global terror war. And, you know, just wait until Putin is flying his drones over the United States going after terrorists. And, you know, the implications of this are obvious. The people responsible for this program need to be brought to justice. It is unacceptable, it is un-American, it is unconstitutional, and it's time for Americans to put their foot down and say no. Please check out our articles in the New American. We have a lot more information on this, and thank you for tuning in.